And we welcome into the program Tori. She is you're
And Rachel.
well, I
Although
didn't.
Rachel's head is not in the
I know
picture, so
Rachel
she's
was
got to do
here,
one
but I
of
didn't know
these.
how much Rachel wanted to be a part of. Like I was under the impression Rachel wanted to stay like out of the limelight. So
Now I got it.
that's why I didn't. I
over.
wasn't ignoring Rachel. I was just I was honoring the idea that she didn't really want to be a spotlight.
See how that worked out?
Yeah. So
But
we
here's
we invited her. No, let me go.
Yep.
She we invited her to be on with us out at the fair the other day. You were like, here you go, put on the head. And she's like, no, I don't. And I'm so used to that because there's lots of people that just do not want to be on the radio.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you doing reels. Like they're just like, no,
Yeah.
I don't, So that's why I was like, I'm not going to say anything about Rachel being here because she already said, I don't want to be on. I don't, so I respect that. Yeah, well, that's
surprised I pushed her into it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm so surprised. So,
Yeah.
All right. So Tori and Rachel are here. Tori's the director of the Jasper County Animal Shelter, and Rachel works there as well. Both we became aware of due to the fact that I got attacked and we got introduced to you in not a fun way, but we found out a lot more about the Jasper County Animal Shelter. And for those that don't know, you're the animal shelter and animal control all merged into one.
Correct.
Right? Yeah. So I'm just gonna get the microphone a little bit up on you. Don't be shy. You can pull it towards you. It won't break or anything. You're okay. Yeah, you're good. So you guys are here to talk about some stuff that you guys have going on, some stuff that you need. But the biggest thing is the big open house coming up August 17th.
Yes.
Let's start there and talk a little bit about the open house on the 17th.
Okay, so Saturday, August 17th from 10 a to 2 p, we are going to be having our annual 2024 open house.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be having face painting.
That's me.
By Miss Rachel herself.
Oh, wow.
Look how good she does her makeup. See?
She's so excited. She's over there getting ideas. She's really excited about that. We're going to have a bounce house, free hot dogs, popcorn, chips, water. We'll also have silent auction, raffle, a canine demo by Jasper County Sheriff's Department, canines, and waived adoption fees.
Oh,
so that's going to be big.
So how much are adoption fees normally?
So $50 for dogs and cats.
Okay.
And then we'll also be waiving any kind of medical fees. So spay, neuter, rabies vaccinations, which that in itself combined with the adoption fee is well over $200.
I was going to say it cost us $500 when we got Ace.
Yeah.
Neutered or spayed? I don't even know. He's a guy. Neutered. Thank you. Okay. You see, I'm really educated in this kind of stuff.
Spayed
anyway,
is females, neutered is males.
Got it. All right. All right there. Yeah. I need to hang with you guys a little more. You can tell. So that's
I really would rather you didn't learn more about neutering.
Right. Well, yeah. Put that knife down, Cheryl.
Right.
So that's a huge day. So then. So when people come, are they going to be able to take a tour of the facility and then meet some dogs and cats?
Yes.
And what else? Is it dogs and cats
Just
only?
dogs and cats.
Okay. Yep. All right.
So it'll be
awesome.
fun.
That's going to be fun.
And then all the proceeds that we raise from silent auction, the raffle, just general donations are going to be put towards our medical fund as well as kennel improvements. So it'll be split between medical and donation fund in the hopes that we can finally get our kennels epoxied because the dogs deserve so much more than what they have.
Okay, so tell me about that. So if you without epoxying, you're talking about the floors.
The floors, and the walls in there.
And the walls.
Yep.
So that makes it easier to wash everything down and get it all cleaned out.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We get a lot of nervous chewers or jumpers, and they're just scratching the paint off the walls. And I mean, rightfully so. It's a terrifying environment for them to be in. So we just want to make it as comfortable as we can for them.
Yeah.
It's no fun, living behind 3 walls and a chain link door and having concrete underneath you. So really my girls and I do try our best to make it as homely as we can in there with a bed, with all the toys they could ever want. Bones, we do antlers, yak chews, bully sticks. And I think that they're a lot happier now getting all the toys they could ever want, especially in the beds. The beds are huge. We use Kuranda beds, and then we lay down a blanket. Occasionally, if we have seniors, we'll do the, the plush dog beds. But a lot of our other dogs like to chew those up. So
Jason had the same question that I do. So when you said waived adoption fees and stuff, because I don't know that I even knew this. Are there dogs there right now that need to be adopted? Are there always dogs there that need to be adopted? Okay, so he was asking what kind of dogs you guys have there now. Do you even know?
Yes, we have
2 hounds, Johnny and June, and we also have Kylo. He's like a little cattle dog shepherd mix, and then that's it for the dogs right now. It changes daily.
We just got 2 in
that I saw that was bouncing off he's the climber. I call him the climber.
It might be
orange.
Yes,
he got adopted.
Yes.
Possum.
Yeah. Possum.
Oh my gosh, I love that cat. And I don't even like cats per se. I'm more of a dog person, but he was just. He was like Spider-Man.
Well,
personality.
Spider-Man.
They renamed him Jonesy because he's always jonesing. So
yes.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah. We've got cats right now, 2 kittens. We've got kittens coming in. I mean, it changes
7.
daily.
We have 7 5-week-old babies coming in around 10 o'clock today.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So
people should. I'm sorry, I
go ahead.
interrupt.
No.
So should people just stay on your Facebook? Is that where you're always putting pictures up? Because I don't know that I realize. I always see things like waiting for owner claim and things like that, but I don't know that I always see the adoption ones. So I got to be more on it. So I share
the cutie patootie pictures that they have.
And we're on Pet Finder as well.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
That helps out a lot for people out of the area that don't follow us. So we have a large following on Pet Finder as well.
Got it.
Okay. So talk to me about what you need, or talk to us about what you need in terms of monetary donations and why that's separate than dropping off like just random food or something. So talk about your preferences and why, so that people understand why the money is important.
Right. While we appreciate all of, the food and the beds and the blankets and the toys, what we are in dire need of is monetary donations for our medical fund as well as our adoption fund. Because if you're donating towards our adoption fund, that's $50 less or $100 less, just depending on however if it's checks, if it's cash, whatever that amount is and what you choose to put it towards, because I give the option. Would you like this to benefit spay, neuter, medical, or would you like this to benefit adoption? I give them the option. So whatever that may be, that'll then go in and sponsor an animal, whether we have it now or if we have it in 2 weeks from now or 2 months from now. We have had a really tough year. In the heart of Jasper County, being Rensselaer, we have seen a number of emaciated dogs, neglected dogs, dogs so fearful that they won't come out of a corner. It is the injured, the sick. I mean, we have seen so many cases and it has costed us thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. One dog alone came in injured with a pretty much torn ear. Cost us $3,200.
And what's your typical budget for the year that you get granted or that you have?
$6,000.
So off a $6,000 budget, one dog with a torn off ear, which I would imagine, like, I'm getting choked up just hearing you talk about it. That dog took up more than half of your annual budget.
That's correct.
But how do you say no? Like, you can't.
That is one of the hardest parts of our job.
Yeah.
Especially seeing one that someone opens a trunk and you see this dog essentially bleeding out. That's an emergency. And if this is just a stray that you found, we've got to do something here. That dog is suffering.
Right.
But not suffering so terribly that we could fix this. That mentality is what I have. I can fix this. I can fix this. That's what I have. And, Dr. Mallory Dr. Jan and Dr. Nick, they're our
please.
go-to.
They're the
Mhm.
best.
I know.
Mhm.
They saved Ace.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, really. I mean, that was Rachel and I had taken Buddy that day, and I went into Jan and I said, what can we do here? What are we able to do? Because he was such a sweet boy. You could tell that he was just in so much pain and that he just wanted help, but he had a lot of life in him.
Mhm.
And those are the ones that I'm going to fight for them all, but I'm fighting extra hard for you.
Mhm.
So they had him scheduled for surgery the next day. They got the bleeding stopped. Unfortunately, there was a lot of dead tissue there that this had happened quite a few days prior. So that was one thing that they were worried about, was that infection, and it had started down and it was in his neck. So Dr. Nick actually performed the surgery and did an amazing job. Buddy made a full
Wow.
recovery and
Wow.
yeah, the entire ear. Yeah. And he even did, it was like very detailed on the inside. He said, I made it look like a normal ear, and that it did. So he got adopted a month and a half later. And that was, I think we all cried on that one.
Mhm.
That's all. We're always crying there. You know, we're always so happy.
Sure.
These are our babies, especially
Right.
Rachel. Rachel's one with the dogs. She's going to train them. If they're scared, she's going to make sure that they're coming to her and they feel safe with her. So it'll pull on your heartstrings, especially seeing them leave, but you know that they have to. You
Right.
know, they deserve that second, third, fourth. Gosh, we've seen fifth chance. You know, they deserve that life.
Okay, so you
So-
talked about it being dire straits right now, just because, I mean, when we talked, when I first came out there, you
Mhm.
showed me the space. It's really not big enough.
Right.
It's not big enough to like isolate a
Right.
dog that needed surgery. So you really need bigger space. You
Mhm.
need more people because there aren't enough. I mean, Rachel's part-time.
Right. And then
You're full-time, but you're it full-time, which I
Yes.
can't imagine because every time I turn around, I mean, I'm on all the DeMott,
yeah.
Wheatfield, what's going on, what's happening, you know? Every time I turn around, there's someone going, did anybody lose this? Did
Yes.
anybody, you know, I've got a dog, reclaim, whatever. What ideally do you need and in what order? So obviously you need money.
Right.
It sounded like you need about 16 to $20,000 in donations would make your, like, that would be your,
It really
oh,
would. That
the
would,
angels sing and
we wouldn't have to
we
worry about
do
a
the
whole
jig,
lot. Yeah.
right?
Because veterinary prices, you know, and it's not their fault. I mean, cost of everything is obviously going up,
Mhm.
but you know, our prices go up, our budget doesn't.
Well,
So
yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
it's
We
a
can all identify
struggle.
with that. I mean, in a household.
Right. Yeah. So, you know, the typical, you know, animal control can't do anything, or you guys do nothing. We want to so badly, but we have to also take into account, I don't have the space.
The limitations. Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. If we're all in crisis mode, and it's us, it's surrounding counties, it's counties that unfortunately are taking animal controls away. That's a really big thing. A lot of counties are thinking, you know, animal control, this is a waste of money. And that is a huge liability because, you know, as it happened with Steve,
Mhm.
this could happen to a child, as it has very recently, a baby. I mean, I think of it as, if we don't have animal control, who is going to stop this dog from attacking someone?
Well, that's what I thought when I turned around and the two dogs were
Yeah.
staring at me 2 feet away.
Yeah,
There was a girl that looked to be like 8 or 9 years old. They
Right.
just moved in across the street and she was mowing the lawn.
right.
Now, said neighbor probably thinks the whack nut across the street like needs a little sedative because I'm flailing the arms
Mhm.
going,
Well,
Yeah.
there's dogs on the loose. Like, quit mowing your lawn. And
Dogs on
you
the
know,
loose.
there's, I mean, I was crazy
I
that day,
bet.
but
It's the
I just kept
adrenaline.
thinking, she's
Mhm.
this short, I'm this big,
Right.
and we could have been hurt, you know. And then my
Absolutely.
next door neighbor also has a little one that plays on her little tykes thing out in the yard, and
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm just so worried about it. So okay, so you also told me something interesting, that the average expectancy in your job is less than 3 years because you're always in crisis mode,
Yeah.
and people cannot do that. They can only do that for so long with the
Yeah.
adrenaline up and down and all that stuff.
It is. It is very easy to get burnt out,
Yeah.
especially if you can't turn it off at night. Or really just you going to a call and it's sticking with you, and you're not, it takes days. Sometimes it'll take a week, a month, or you'll never let go. You know, prior to me, there was a lot of euthanasia. You know, that is trauma that will stick with somebody for a very long time. So, you know, taking over in October, that was one of my goals. I don't want to put my girls through the trauma of that. I don't want to put myself through the trauma of that anymore. You know, it's the emergency cases. I mean, we've had animals left at the back door that one of my girls will come up on. And it's just heartbreaking because we're not there overnight. Who knows how long they've been laying there. Kittens. We've had kittens left out in the sun. I mean, it's just heartbreaking. It's terrible. You know,
So
it's
don't
never
do
right.
we can't do that. That first of all, it's a crime. I learned
Yeah.
that from you guys. You
Yes.
can't just abandon your animal because
Yeah.
you've fallen on hard times.
Right.
It's a responsibility when you shop for that animal, or when you decide that you're going to adopt it. This is not kind of, well, hopefully it'll work.
Yeah.
You know, when you adopt a child, I'm adopted. So,
Yeah.
you know, my parents couldn't go, well, she kind of whines a lot and she doesn't like salmon patties. So we're going to kick her to the
Right.
curb and drop her off at the neighbor's house.
Yeah.
Like, you know, at night, under the darkness of night, and she'll
Right.
find her way somehow.
Right.
Like, that's just not the way we do things.
No.
So as a community, we have to do better. You need help with foster parents or dog and cat foster homes.
Absolutely.
So what does it take, number one, to be a foster parent? And like, are there qualifications? Obviously, I would think that they were.
So each rescue is different. So how it would work is, if you're interested in fostering, you can let us know. We'll put you in contact with a rescue. We
Okay.
don't foster through Jasper County Animal Shelter, insurance purposes, liability, etc.
Okay.
However, a rescue that is a 501c3
Mhm.
and has been approved by us as well as the board, we have a large book of them, hundreds probably, they're willing to pull. But the lack of fosters right now is pushing us all into crisis mode. Rescues aren't able to pull from us because they don't have fosters to foster these animals.
Okay.
Majority dogs, cats are easier to foster out. I mean, they take care of themselves pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really the dogs. Everybody is, you know, these pet shops are coming around. They're kind of creeping into Indiana. And puppies are a big thing. Puppies are cute. They're fun. They're taking over. Unfortunately, a lot of backyard breeders and unnecessary breeding is happening. It is so easy to spay and neuter your animals. You spend the amount of money on food and toys and treats every 2 months that you could have paid for a spay neuter on the low cost spay neuter bus, or you could have got up at 5 a.m. and gone on petfriendlyservices.org. Keep that, write that down. Petfriendlyservices.org, and got a spay neuter voucher for your animal.
Wow.
That's every Monday. And then large dogs or pit mix fix is Tuesdays, Tuesday mornings. I would say
Okay.
wake up at 5, be ready to go by 6, and get your voucher.
It's a great website.
It
They
is.
explain a lot of it on there.
Okay. All right.
There's a
And
lot
then
of
we
service.
also have, you can't just clean with like Windex, or like I'm
Yeah,
like, we're
no.
cleaning my bathroom.
Right.
Okay. So you have a list on Amazon of things that people can shop for and ship straight to your
Directly
door.
to us.
Boom.
Yes.
Done.
Mhm.
So you don't even have to schlep it in the 25-pound whatever.
Right.
You just can buy what they need. And where do we have that? It's pinned at the top of your Facebook page.
And there's a bit of QR code up the whole video. So
Okay.
it's QR code where they can just, use their phone, and it'll send them right to Amazon.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. So they have their wish list,
Mhm.
but listen, there were a ton of biblical heroes: Moses, David, Rachel. So a
Mhm.
matriarch was even a shepherd. Shepherds are a big deal in God's eyes. It's kind of like the start of being a great leader in God's eyes.
Mhm.
So pets are not like secondary things that you drop off at the
Right.
door when it doesn't work for you. And that's not me saying that, that's biblical. So
Mhm.
let's step up as a community
Mhm.
and help these girls out. And if we do just a little bit today and every day, we can get to the point where they can afford to, they'll have a budget for an extra full-time person who can
Right.
handle more of certain situations. Rachel
Right.
will be here full-time, and they won't burn out because we've got great people. We've learned through his
Yeah.
experience, great people are working here
Mhm.
for our community and for our pets.
Mm.
So if you are trying to figure out what to do with some extra money, extra time, you want to foster a pet, you want to help out, you're a surgeon in the area or a vet that can help out with anything, you want to donate dog food, you're a big dog food company that listens to us, whatever. I mean, they'll take it.
Yeah.
And they need you. So,
Absolutely.
and then start by showing up on August 17th for hot dogs and
Mhm.
popcorn and chips and raffles and
Absolutely.
bounce houses. And I'd kill myself in a bounce house. So
I
Uh,
do the same. I probably roll an ankle or something.
I know,
could-
right? Right. Especially when there's more than one kid in there. Doink
I'll
like
throw
the,
ya.
yeah, yeah.
I think we'll leave the bounce houses to the kids.
Kids. All
Yeah,
right.
we'll let them do
Sounds like a
that, and
plan.
then but yeah, there's lots of stuff going on August 17th, and we'll get you some stuff for the silent auction too, so so
Thank
we can help
you.
out with that, and yeah, plenty of stuff to go on August 17th. But if you can't make it, you guys always take donations.
Absolutely.
You guys can always stop on their Facebook page. It's Jasper County Animal Shelter and Control. I put it up during some of the video. You guys could see that. And
Tori, if they have questions, are they calling you at this number on the,
Yes.
so the 219-866 5756, so
Mhm.
5756.
Mhm.
You can just call in and ask them any questions that you
Absolutely.
have about adoption, about anything,
Mhm.
really.
If it's after hours, or if, let's just say, one of us is out on a call or in the back,
Yeah.
letting the dogs out, you
Mhm.
can just send us a message on Facebook. That
Yeah.
is really the quickest way to get a hold of any of us.
Mhm.
It's not monitored after hours because obviously, we have families. That's a lot of the part of it. We have families.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that
Yeah.
we can't be on go, 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 go. We've got to shut it off at some point. I have a 1-year-old, so that's another full-time job in itself.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's a lot
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So, Rachie has a
Got a farm with like 30 plus animals. on it.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
My
It's
husband takes care of.
Rachel's Dr. Doolittle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep. Well, we hope you can get a lot of people that come out on August 17th for the open house, Jasper County Animal Shelter open house, 10 a.m. till 2 on August 17th. Face painting, bounce houses, free hot dogs, popcorn, chips, a raffle, and don't forget waived adoption fees, canine demo, silent auction, so all kinds of great stuff, and all the proceeds will go towards the medical fund and kennel improvements for the Jasper County Animal Shelter.
Shirley, one of our listeners, just chatted with us and she missed the voucher, the information on neutering.
Okay.
So can you repeat that on vouchers for neutering
Yes. So
and
it's
spaying?
petfriendlyservices.org.
Pet family service.
Friendly.
Ugh. Pet family.
Pet friendly
Petfriendly
I
services.org.
quit. I'm not good at this.
No, just slow your brain.
Okay.
I know you're super excited that they're here because you
I
really
am.
want to help them out.
Yeah.
I know that. So pet
Do
friendly
I sound
services.
like a crackhead or something?
No. I just know when you're excited.
Oh, okay.
I know you. I've known you for almost 20 years, so I just know when you're excited. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry.
Petfriendlyservices.org.
Okay.
So and
Got
I'm just putting it in there, and I'm gonna I'll get it over to to our page in just a little bit, so we can we'll share the link and all that stuff on our Facebook pages, so
Awesome.
so folks can see that. So thank you guys so much for coming in. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you guys. We appreciate you, and thank you for having us.
Yeah, anytime.
We hope
Anytime.
we'll never have Steve or I get bit
I-
by a dog.
I
okay.
pray
Yeah.
you don't.
Mhm. Yeah,
But
me too.
I have to tell you that it's an example of how God uses good from bad.
Yep.
And so I was in no mood when I showed up to find out like
Oh,
what was
yeah.
going on with this dog because of
Absolutely.
everything that happened. But once I did, there's only good that's going to come from it.
Absolutely.
So we're so glad that you came, and get out there August 17th,
Yep.
10 to 2.
Yep. We'll take a break. Come back with today's Precision Security Dumb Criminal of the Day.